All right, hey, shush. My mic is dead, so I have to use my teacher voice. So, gamers, if you're still talking, that's crazy. Thank you. There are two versions from first and fourth period of what I'm about to show you. So, we have lots of options if we do something different or there's a different error or whatever. You have a first period version and a fourth period version of basically the same info, so that should give us a nice range of everything you need to know for what we're doing today. So what we're doing is zipping and submitting our May notebook checks. You can either do them the zip method, which everyone overwhelmingly has been choosing for perfectly understandable reasons, or you can do a GitHub deploy. I'm going to show you both. And we're also going to get started on our first final assignment as part of your large final. That is a portfolio webpage that will be due on June 13th and will be due at the end of the seniors' final period for seniors. You have a slightly modified version so that you have time to complete it before you leave. So, first things first, let's talk about zipping and submitting your May notebook checks. I'm going to give you guys the quick version. The quick version is... Let me go back to the agenda, actually, because I have a notebook check right here. The quick version is that the GitHub deploy through Vercel has been a real pain in the butt for all of us. So I've given you another option to upload your May project, because I personally would rather not deal with all the issues, and I imagine that you feel the same way. So let me show you how to zip up your folder. It works exactly the same way as you unzipping it, just in the other direction. So what you want to do first is to find your May project, wherever that may be. I'm going to go to my Issaquah to start. Yours is probably in a folder called Web Design or Blakeney or Fifth Period, or it might be in your downloads, or it might be in your documents. I don't know where you're keeping it, but mine is in my OneDrive, 2024, Semester 2, Web Design, Admin. Here's all my folders. You do not need to be as organized as me. This is your path right here. This is an important piece of vocab that you're going to see all the time in web design related careers. It shows you the start to the end of a chain to get to the folder that you're currently in. All right? And in this case, it's where my May project lives. This guy right here. So what we're going to do to zip this up, it's the same as if you know how you kind of put everything in your backpack specifically for what you need or what you might want throughout the day? Configuring a file folder is very similar. Also, when you zip up your backpack, all of that pre-configured stuff that you put in there that you need or want to have is in a specific spot, right? Different pockets, different pouches, different books, different whatever. It's all in one organized method. Zipping is the same way. So you're going to right-click, or first click on your May project, then right-click, go to Compress to, and choose this zip file option. So this takes a lot of forms on a lot of different operating systems. It has a lot of different names between Windows, Linux, and Mac. Sometimes it's called encrypt, sometimes it's called send to, sometimes it's called zip, sometimes it's called compress to zip. All of these are different words for compressing your folder into something called an archive, which is one way that you can submit your May projects for points. So we're going to compress to a zip file. I've done this a few times already, so it's going to give me a third copy. This will not work if you have your code open in VS Code. So save your VS Code and close it first before you try zipping your backpack, before you try zipping up your big folder. This is like if you were trying to write on an assignment that was zipped up in your backpack. You got to put the assignment away first. You got to close the assignment before you are actually able to write on it or access it later. So this takes a variety of times. Sometimes it's between 2 minutes. The number it gave me in first period was like 40 hours. It did not take that long, obviously, but it gives you some funky numbers on occasion. So it's compressing that folder. While it does that, I want to show you, going to do a quick parkour to your other assignment, this gathering portfolio evidence. This is the first part of your final. And it's got a text box so that you don't have to upload anything, and I can just quickly see what you write, and you can also quickly access what you write. So, 5.5 questions. Technically 5. There's 2 different versions of question 3, though. This is going to serve as an outline or a rough sort of draft of the content that you can put on your final portfolio webpage. All right. So the first question is asking to elaborate on your entry task from today. What about this professional experience has been valuable to you? Describe a time where you encountered a professional obstacle and how you overcame it. What did that learning experience teach you about yourself? How does it improve your work now? Tell me about your work history that you think is important to employers. A lot of web developers are looking for experience in tech, comp sci, art and design, and communication specifically. If you don't have any of those work experiences, that is okay. Tell me what you would like to learn about those industries. And if you do have work experience, but it's not anything related to web design, just tell me about what you do at your job, how often you do it, and what kind of responsibilities you have. The last 2 parts of this assignment are to research some local web design postings. I posted some from Indeed and Glassdoor. Look for the required credentials. What do you need to get that job? And how well do they pay? Pay is a very important thing to consider, but it should not be the only thing that you consider. Okay? It should be about 80% of the reason that you, 80% of the reason you make a job decision, right? Because you want to have a house, or you want to have a home, and you want to have money to do things that are fun while also paying all of your required bills. So make sure that it is enough to do that. And then 5th and finally for this assignment, I want you to create a brief plan, either within the next year or other future classes you're planning to take, college or high school, to help keep your web design skills fresh, and then tell me what is that plan. So 5 questions. There's a couple parts. I want to see detail on this because this is your final. Okay, more than a sentence, more than a couple words. You need detail, okay, on this assignment. Does that make sense? Okay, now we're going to parkour back to our compress folder, which is almost done compressing. Hopefully it's not actually 3 minutes, but we're gonna ride it out. See what happens. Yours might already be done. If you're getting a compression error, close your VS Code and then try again, especially if you have a server running, an npm run dev server. It's going to get in the way. Oh, we're done. Okay. Right. So, this guy right here, this is the 3rd version because you guys are the 3rd web design class I have today. It's all zipped up. If I double click on this folder, it's going to think for a second. And then I have my pre-configured page with everything that I need, or everything that my computer needs, like you can see in VS Code here, everything that's necessary. Just instead of the actual code, it's the folders. So we're going to go back a few steps in our path to wherever your zipped folder now lives. This is what you can submit to Canvas for May notebook checks instead of deploying to Vercel, which I'm going to show you here in a second. But this is one way that you can do that. So, go to Canvas, go to your notebook check. You can either drag and drop the file or click to upload. You'll have to go through the steps of finding the path again, but I'm just going to drag and drop my zipped May 2025. Let's see if it works this time. It didn't want to work in 4th period, but it did work in 1st period. So let's see if it works. Make sure you're doing the zipped version. It will not accept the folder version. It has to be the zip.
Mr. Book, I remember you taught me this in your book.
Yep. It's an important skill.
It is.
It's pretty. Your book's pretty different from web design, right? And we both zip stuff up.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Kind of like how physics and chemistry are math-based sciences.
Yeah, but I don't like either of those stuff.
It's okay.
Do you use copy it? What?
Zip it. Compress to.
I already checked already.
All right. Let's see if it works. Please work. Yes, it worked this time. Okay. So, submit. You're done. You don't have to do any Vercel, any GitHub, any links, anything like that. This is a way that you can submit your May checks because I imagine you don't want to go through the whole Vercel process. However, if you do want to go through the whole Vercel process, I'm going to run through it real fast because I have shown you guys before. So you're going to get the quick version. You're going to get the Spark Notes. So if you're choosing the Vercel deploy, you got to start by logging into your GitHub. I'm already logged in, so you'll just need to Use your phone if you need a two-factor authentication. You're going to click on your profile picture and go to your repositories. We're going to create a new repository, a new bucket for our site to live on. Create new, call it whatever, May 2025. Not whatever, actually. I meant call it May 2025, then your name. If I could type 2025 and then name. It can be public or private, but what you definitely need is one of these guys. Okay, you must add a README file, otherwise this whole system falls apart. Okay, so check this out. Okay, this is me when you include a README file. Hooray. Okay, and this is me when you forget your README file. Okay, please don't make me sad. Please don't make your computer sad either. So we include a README, we create a repository, we wait for it to think for a second, and then here is our repository. Now, we add file, and then we upload files, and we're going to drag and drop some of our code from the File Explorer into GitHub here. So, ignore the zipped version for GitHub. This is a totally different way to submit. We're going to go to the unzipped May 2025, hold Control-A, and then you're going to uncheck .next, .vscode, and node modules. If you don't have the checkboxes, you just need to hold Control and click on them. So you can either click the checkbox against Next, the checkbox against VS Code, you don't need the time, and the checkbox against node modules. Okay? If you mess up and accidentally click one thing and it deselects everything, Control-A, then hold Control and click on Next, VS Code, and node modules. Drag and drop all that. Should be, mine's about 49 files. Yours is probably about 35 to 40. Wait for everything to get all uploaded here. Again, we're going to do it in real time. We'll do it live. Almost there. Okay, once everything's uploaded, you click your initial commit all the way down here at the bottom. Just click it. It's going to think for a sec. Think for a second. There we go. All right. So now that we have our repository configured, we can go to Vercel, and this is the part you have to do from home, which I'm going to say one more time, that you have to do the Vercel part from home, because Vercel is blocked on the school Wi-Fi, you have to do Vercel from home. Okay, I said it 3 times. So if any of you ask me to Vercel, you know what I'm going to answer with. Okay. Click Add New, then Project, the very first option right here. You can do this from your phone if you'd prefer, but it's much slower and a lot harder to read without the screen. Since I logged into Vercel with my GitHub account, they're all connected together, it can see my May 2025 name folder right there. We're going to import that. It didn't work for 4th period, so let's see if it works for you. Okay, make sure your framework preset says Next.js. Let me do a couple more arrows here so you know for sure what your framework preset is supposed to say. Okay, this is me when your framework preset says Next.js, and then you guys will never guess, but this is me if your framework preset does not say Next.js. Okay, make sure that it says Next.js. So, click deploy. Should take about a minute. Let's see if it works. Hopefully, it's been working faster than 4th periods has so far. We'll also do it in real time so you know exactly how long it's supposed to take. It's not looking good. I'm seeing warnings because I forgot to lint my code before I uploaded, which is also why you can just zip and submit your final. Or not your final, but your May project. All right, 45 seconds. Let's see how long it wants to take. Oh, it's linting for me. Collecting page data. Come on, show me the money. No whammies. Come on. Deploying outputs. Looking good. Huge. All right, so if yours works, you're going to see congratulations. You just deployed a project. You go continue to dashboard. You want to look for this domains. Sorry, it didn't load yet. This domains right here. This is what you copy and paste and then submit to Canvas. Canvas. Okay? So, right-click on that, copy it. There we go. Copy link, and then I know you know how to submit stuff, but just so it's on record. Notebook checks. Welcome back. I'm going to do a new attempt. Web URL. Control V. And submit. So, this being completed and this being completed are your Friday jobs for today. Okay? Both of these are due at midnight. You can easily finish them with the rest of the period. Okay? So, any questions in general before I help you guys with your specific questions? No? Okay. Perfect. All right. Let me upload this, and then I will help you with your specific questions as necessary. Thank you.